G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. It is day 3 of Eurovision rehearsals. After the first break, we've seen the first 4 and we're going to run through them now. And we're actually going to start with the most recent one, Greece, because it made a bit of an impact. And obviously it has there because, hang on, over there, Kyriakos, I think you've got your Greek flag.
Yeah, I definitely do.
What did you think of the performance or the rehearsal?
I was absolutely blown away. I think there was a lot of hype behind it, and I was just really nervous that the hype was all, over sensationalized. But yeah, I really love the staging, just pushing the technical boundaries. To me, that's what Eurovision is about sometimes. Like some acts really do need to go there. I could see her going to the final, and if Cyprus does not give Greece 12 points, then yeah, they're cancelled. So, no.
I think she could have done anything, burped into a can, and they would have given her 12 points. Liv, what did you think of the performance?
Oh, absolutely stunning. And, she's got a lot of choreography there, but she's still managed to hold the vocals really well, which is great to see. She's generally just like a very stunning woman and very captivating. Like you're drawn in by what she's doing. She's got something special there for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? She did look amazing. Mike, what did you think?
Oh, look, by far, visually the best thing we've seen so far from all the rehearsals. There were some really interesting choices. They almost made the stage look bigger and bigger, and usually you're trying to make it look smaller. So the effects are stunning, and you're right, she holds the camera. She's got the chops to pull it all off. So, yeah, it looks like a very good package. A few technical things to tighten up still, but once that's done, I think we're up for a Eurovision classic performance.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I did the full clap at the end, and I've not done that for anything I've seen so far. I was really impressed. She looks amazing. I was worried she wouldn't come across so mature. She does. She looks like a really young, powerful woman. She's flying through the air. She's in sparkles. There's some really traditional, old school, but done really well. Sweeping camera angles and camera shots. Like, give me that kind of Scandi mid-2010s that I love, or early 2010s, or even going back further. I just loved everything about it. It was like a modern take on a Eurovision classic, and this is rocketing up my ranks as well. I was really, really impressed by Greece. All right, well, we can't go on too much about them, but let's go back to the first one we saw, which was San Marino and Senhit. Liv, what did you think of this rehearsal from Senhit?
Oh, solid. Yeah, solid. I think there's a lot going on, and sometimes it was just a bit like, where am I looking? What am I doing? I mean, I think that's what they want, right? They obviously want a very intense visual performance, but for me, I found it a bit distracting trying to work out, who am I watching? Am I watching the dancer? Am I watching the headpiece? Am I watching her? Yeah, I think it's a bit clunky for now, but I'll reserve judgment until we see a second rehearsal where it might be a bit neater.
No, fair enough. Mike, what did you think?
Yeah, again, with Liv on this one, there is a lot going on. I think they've got to tone down some of those LEDs because there is enough going on the front of the stage with Senhit and the dancers, and I don't know why they're wearing GIMP masks or whatever, but they are. There's a bit of head scratching going on. Look, I mean, obviously a rapper came out. It wasn't Flow Rider, so we'll still see if that one continues on. But look, generally good, very eye-catching, good energy show opener, that one.
Indeed. And Kyriakos?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great way to start the show. I love very Gaga-esque, I guess, in a way, just the religious mask thing in the beginning. I just love that. Just like shock, punch in your face. Yeah, get your attention straight away. And then, Senhit just carries it through. I thought it was really good.
Well, look, I think it will be one that divides opinion because there is a lot happening, and I think that's okay. Like, I'm a little bit probably in between. I really like the LED use on the floor, one of the better ones so far, and I like that they've kept that diamond stage thing. It has a focal point because you need a focal point in this because as Liv and Mike said, there's a lot happening. And I think it's overall, for a first rehearsal, I thought it was actually a pretty decent package together than I probably thought they were going to come with. So I think once they nail a couple of things right, I feel a lot better about San Marino getting through and doing okay, actually. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Though the rapper at the end is on screen, like just with his back turned, it's a bit weird. So hopefully they fix that too. All right, well, we went on to Estonia next, which was a very different performance. Mike, what did you think of Uku's rehearsal?
Yeah, sort of very classic Uku. They probably pared it back a little from some of the stuff that was going on in the national final. I don't know. I found the whole thing a little, oh, is that it? Done. Yeah, look, it's solid. They do focus on Uku, and he shines through that camera, but not much going on for me.
How about you, Liv?
I've got to admit, it actually elevated a bit for me. The first run through, I thought, oh, it's a bit like the connection between the LEDs, him, and the shots didn't make sense. But then they added a little bit of smoke and it kind of like blended it. And I was like, oh, that actually looks quite nice. And I think he is the strongest part of this performance, and the song isn't necessarily the strongest. So I think they've put together pretty much the best thing that they could have with what they had. And for me, it's actually, yeah, helping it rise actually a bit.
And for you, Kyriakos?
I'll have to agree with Liv on one thing. Yeah, Uku is definitely the main part of the performance. I found it very simple, but at the same time, I think I found a little bit disjointed with the underwater scenes from the music video, and but the LEDs in the background were good, but I just didn't think it gelled well all together as a whole. But it was a nice performance, though.
Yeah, I feel like there's kind of two on the kind of side. I'm a bit more on the Liv side here. I think for what this actually is, I think it was done actually pretty good, particularly first rehearsal as well. I agree. The smoke definitely framed him better because he was a bit lost on stage, and some of the moon looked better with the smoke and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they need to work a little bit more to bring it together. But there's a lot of these like very big, almost messy and colourful and taking your attention away performances, and his is a bit stripped back but done cleanly and nicely, and his vocal was actually really good. And I think after the colour vomit of the first one, in a good way, from Senhit, this is a nice juxtaposition, and I think actually it could work well. I thought he did everything right there, and I still give him a good chance to qualify, but that's just me. And we'll go on to the next one, which is Benny from Czech Republic. Kyriakos, let's start with you. What did you think of Benny?
Yeah, I think overall it was a very good X Factor performance. But I also noticed that, yeah, it's all to do with Benny. Like you're really wanting to get that charisma and that energy from him. So, yeah, if he manages to give us that on the actual semi-final show, I think, yeah, it would work really well.
How about you, Liv?
Yeah, well, I just noticed that there was quite a bit of difference between what they did in the first run and the second run in terms of focus of choreographers and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that they're playing around and trying to figure out actually what looks best on the stage. So, you know, it could change a bit, but I thought the energy is it's quite good. It's just, yeah, this is something lacking, but overall it's nice. It's good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
And Mike?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. For me, that was very much just a technical rehearsal for camera shots and you know, where he needs to be at certain points. I don't think he was selling it too much in the performance there. Look, it to me is like a big sort of concert stadium performance, and it's got that feel. There's a lot of lights, and I don't know. Again, I'll probably agree with Liv on this one. Maybe a little something lacking. Maybe a little wow moment somewhere along the line would not have gone astray.
Yeah, I think we've seen these performances before where they do come across almost like a very good X Factor type performance. There's not much happening in LEDs. The light looks pretty good, but it's really relying on Benny, and he was definitely holding back. That was for sure. But you know, because of that, just how much it's relying on Benny, because what we saw was just not great. But he was holding back. So and he's got to give everything and make this work, because the staging isn't making it work. The staging is too simple, and that's not going to carry it through. The only thing saving this is a hell of a charismatic performance by Benny. But I think I can't. I think they're in danger. Anyway, but that's the first 4 rehearsals. We've got another few to get through, and we'll see who's left by the end of the night here. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you for the next lot of rehearsals soon. See you later.
See you guys.